What's up, everybody? This is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about the best of investing and breaking news with everything under the moon in the crypto universe. We have some breaking news. Looking forward to sharing this, but Paraguay is actually going to be doing something quite interesting on July 14th, which is next Wednesday. And in this article, we're going to go over these details and some other great news as well. So, lawmaker in Paraguay says he will introduce Bitcoin regulation law next week. A Bitcoin-friendly lawmaker in Paraguay is set to introduce legislation focused on regulation next week. Carlitos Rajala, whose pro-Bitcoin tweets have drawn attention in recent weeks, said he was working with Senator Fernando to introduce the measure on July 14th, or next Wednesday. Here's the tweet itself. This is today. I am here to unite Paraguay. That is why we decided to present together the bill Bitcoin on Wednesday, July 14th. Stay tuned, since there will be a mega surprise for Paraguay and the world. Something giant is coming. This is great because with El Salvador passing Bitcoin as a legal tender, Paraguay following in its footsteps, we're now seeing this movement of countries starting to realize that we need to offer Bitcoin to our citizens and step away from the dominant currency, which is the US dollar. And right now they want to provide an opportunity where their people can, basically thrive in this space and be at the forefront. And if Paraguay, or when Paraguay passes this law, this bill, it's going to be at the forefront next to El Salvador and this new revolution. Even Michael Saylor was just, basically given props to Carlitos for announcing this. And, other countries such as Argentina are proposing salaries to be paid in crypto for their employees. So Congressman Jose said that he would present this bill to allow Argentinian people whose local currency, the peso, currently, which suffers from roughly 50% inflation a year, to strengthen their autonomy and preserve the purchasing power of their remuneration. Since 2019, residents of Argentina have not had access to foreign money transfer services and exchanges without the approval of country's central bank. This meant residents who were paid in foreign currency were forced to use a government-authorized channel to exchange foreign currency into pesos, often at a significantly worse rate than the market rate. Now, that's the whole point of, the cryptocurrency space, is that it's easy to send money to someone across the world within a matter of minutes to, maybe even half an hour, depending. Not even that. When you're dealing with banks, when you send money through your bank, you're sending it to another bank in a foreign country, especially, it can take days, maybe even weeks, for those banks to approve that transaction, because they're basically wanting to make sure that there isn't any money laundering, that the money is coming from an actual person and that it's being received by an actual person in that country. So, the great thing about the blockchain is that you can do these transactions really quickly, and you won't have to deal with banks having to communicate to each other, especially if there's ever an emergency. You want to be able to send money to somebody as fast as possible. So with this in hand, it's a great opportunity, and I can't wait for Paraguay to, take this to the next step and soon become the next country to pass Bitcoin as a legal tender. Now, there are some cons, right? There are some countries that decide, we don't want to accept it. We instead want to ban the idea of Bitcoin becoming a legal tender, and Mexico is definitely one of those countries. And, Salinas proposed on a tweet, Bitcoin is a good way to diversify your investment portfolio, and I think every investor should study cryptocurrency and their future. So when he decided to share that opinion, the Mexico Central Bank basically was like, no, you're not going to do that. And of course, banks are going to be against it, especially like, say, for instance, in China's banks were like, we're not going to be a part of this because the government says we shouldn't be a part of this. And where there's, missed opportunities for certain countries, there are great opportunities for other countries. And, just because Mexico bans this the way that China bans Bitcoin it only allows, countries like Paraguay, El Salvador, Argentina to really thrive in this space. I think we should really look into what countries could potentially adopt Bitcoin as a legal tender. So if you go into CoinMarketCap, you can go into a section that's called Countries Which Allow Cryptocurrencies as Legal Tender. And basically, this is just kind of like a poll where people can submit their votes and predict what countries could possibly be the next to adopt Bitcoin as a legal tender. And you can see here that, the votes are kind of coming in, and obviously Paraguay is at the top of the list, Venezuela, Panama, India. India, banned crypto at a certain point, and they've been banning it over and over, and they've always kind of gone back and forth with it. Oh, it's good for us and it's bad for us. But I do see India as one of the bigger countries to adopt Bitcoin as a legal tender. And it's going to be huge because there are just there are millions of people in, India that is definitely going to boost the price of Bitcoin and a lot of other cryptocurrencies as well. We already have Mexico in here, United States, Bangladesh, Ecuador, Brazil. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, right? And so definitely follow on this website quite a bit just to see like where people's minds are at. And, if you ever feel a little fearful or experiencing any FUD around, Bitcoin and countries trying to stop it from becoming adopted. So this is my 2 cents. I'm glad to be sharing this breaking news. It's pretty awesome. I like seeing other countries, even smaller countries, adopt Bitcoin because, they're the ones that are going to see opportunity in these things versus, China, US, or Europe, especially the UK. When they already have a strong system in the financial world, they're not going to want anything to challenge that. And so when you see, more smaller countries who, are kind of sick of having to deal with, the US dollar or other banks and that power, political leaders in these countries are going to see the opportunity and they're going to see towards the future. And so, yep, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this update. If there's any countries that you think we haven't covered or you think that will become the next country to legalize Bitcoin, I'd love to hear your opinion in the comments down below. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys next time.